In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the history of command lines you have just used before, okay, in a Linux terminal so you can go faster and be more productive. So whatever command you type is saved into the command history. If you want to see the history, you can do history. So that's the history command, and you're going to see, so that is the last command we have executed, history, okay, number 705, and you can see all the previous commands. So you can just scroll until the first command, okay. That's all the commands you have used in the order. Now, if you want to get, for example, a better view and you want to navigate easily on the history, you can do history pipe less. That is going to give the history, so all the lines, to the less command, and you can see when I press enter, this is the first command I have executed here, and then I can press enter. I can navigate here with the arrow keys, okay, to all the commands. I can press space to just go to the next screen, okay, you can see here, okay, and I can press Q to just quit. Okay, and with that, you can have an overview of what you did in history. If you want, so let's do clear. If you want to search for specific commands, you can do history and then pipe grep. Let's say you want to find commands where you used sudo. And so you can find all the commands where you used sudo, okay? So that's very useful to find different commands. Now let's do clear again, and let's do history to see the last commands here. Let's say you want to just rerun a command you have run before. So for example, that one, I want to run the command groups. So that is a small command, but you could have a very, very long command. So if you want to run that specific command, I can do exclamation mark and then the number. So this is 698. So 698. And this is going to run, as you can see, the command groups and print also the output of the command. So if you want to come back to a specific command, you just type the command, okay, maybe a very long command, and then you just use the number of the command with exclamation mark to just run it once again. What you can also do is just use the up and down arrows. So if I use up, you can see I use the command groups, which I just run here. Up again, this is the history. Up, this is clear. Up, history, pipe grep sudo. So with up, I can just come back to the history one command at a time. Okay, up and down, I can come back here in this order. And so I can go up, down, and I can just, well, just press enter, and that's going to also execute the command. Okay, I can go up again and just execute the history command without having to type anything. So that's very useful for, well, basically the few last commands. Okay, so here that's going to be useful for those commands, but not for the first command. You're not going to go 500 times up to get to the first command. And also, if you want to just find a recent command that you have used, you can use CTRL and R, which is a reverse search, and you can start to type the beginning of the command. So for example, if I type sudo, you can see that the first command that comes here is that one, history grep sudo, okay? That's the first command that contains sudo. If I put a space here, you can see we come back here because that was the first command that contains sudo space. If I put sudo space u, you can see we come back to, well, that's the same, but let's say user mode. We come back to that command because that's the first command that contains sudo space user m. Okay, so that is very useful to come back to a previous command. So in a recent history, of course, that's going to find the first command that contains that. So if I press enter, I'm just going to execute the command. So I have an error here, but basically just to show you that you can execute the command. Okay, if I do CTRL R, if you just want to quit CTRL R, you just do CTRL C and you quit the reverse search. And now, well, let's say you want to clear the entire history. You can do history -C for clear, press enter, and now if I do history, well, the history is gone. So I just have, of course, just the first history, so it's going to start again from number 1, okay, and all the previous history is gone. If you liked this video, subscribe to get more tutorials like this in the future. Also check out my online courses so you can learn Linux command line step by step in an efficient way by practicing and directly going to the point. Links in the description. Thank you for watching. See you in the next tutorial or in one of my courses.